So someone has come and said, please, can you guide me? I know you cannot guarantee, but can you help me to come to that recognition? And I say, from the room of being, from the space of being, I invite you. Okay, very well, come inside here. But before you do, I say, please leave your shoes outside. It's just a customary thing. Leave your shoes outside. And one more thing, I would say, can you leave your mind also outside? And then you say, aha, that's the catch. That's the very thing. I want to overcome this. How can I leave my mind outside? And then my response is, well, by leaving your mind outside, I simply mean, for the short duration of my talk with you, a few minutes, can you not talk about yourself? Can you not go into your past or any projections about the future? Is it possible that we can suspend, just for the short duration of this guidance, that we don't talk about your past and memories? Is it okay with you? Yes. I'm going to ask for responses now and again, very, very simple things. And that the sense as we go along that, as I said, any projections about what you would want in the future, like in the future I'd like this kind of world, to live in this kind of world, or this is how I would like to be. I would like to be like a Buddha. No, I said, just for a moment, just suspend all of these for a moment, so that your mind can be relaxed and just empty. It's very, very important to come back to a place of emptiness, and that you don't, the idea of, okay, what next? That we also leave this for the moment. Just postpone this, what next? And any expectations, just to suspend this habit just for a few moments. It's okay with you that we do this? Yes, yes. Then it has already begun then. All thoughts about past, and memories and so on, we will just suspend for the duration of this guidance. And anything about future also, we will not include, because nobody knows what future is. It is never going to be what you expect. So I say, don't be engaged with that, because it's more trouble than it's worth. So let's leave ideas about future alone for a moment. We can do this. Also, there's no need to imagine or visualize anything at all. So this kind of creative, imaginative thinking, you're not required to do. So don't worry, you cannot fail at what I'm speaking. So some people may say, well, I'm not so good at imagining things. You don't have to imagine anything at all. Just keep as you are now, just the mind, space, just empty. You're not a collection point. You're not holding on to any particular concepts. Although you may be aware that somewhere, yes, there's a kind of noise of thinking, but for now, we are suspending that. Even if the mind seems to be knocking to say, whoa, come on, you have to include me. It's just a sense. You just leave that. Don't be engaged with that. So that you stay in this empty, silent place. There's nothing to do or to undo for now. You're simply here. Even any idea such as, I want to become enlightened, or even such a noble idea, I'm going to ask that you don't even engage with that. And just allow your mind to be relaxed, open, silent, empty. Already I can sense that spaciousness already. And as I said before, there's a tendency for the thoughts or the mind to go, okay, all right, I've done that. Okay, what's the next thing? And I said, watch that. Don't go to next or to past. You're simply here. Past as past. That's why it's called past. There's nothing to imagine, nothing to create. So like this, you're without history. Just the sense of existence, of being. I won't ask you to hold on to any favorite concepts, for instance. Let everything just go. You stay just as you are right now. Are you less you? No. No amputations. Just you're here. But any descriptions about what you are, the tendency to describe or to create or to classify, these I say, ignore that, suspend that habit. Just get used to the sense of being. That which is here, right now, as it is here. Are you imagining it or discovering it? You're simply here. No pictures. Simply being aware. I had to ask you to do this so that I could ask you some very simple questions to which you must answer yes or no. That's all. You don't need to confer with anyone. It must just come directly out of your being. And remember, I have not said, I've asked you to leave the mind aside, meaning the tendency, habit to create, to give opinions. I'm not going to ask you for any opinions at all. So just as you are right now, empty. No past, no past, no future. Even now, I'll ask, don't interpret this nowness. Just be. It is good? Yes, okay. Now, what is it that is really here? Notice, does it have any boundaries? No, no boundary. May I ask you again now, what is really here? Is it an object? No. Thank you for responding like that. It's not an object. Does it have any size or shape? No. Very good. Then may I ask you, is there any way that it could be captured, like on the most modern camera? Could you take a picture of it? No, you cannot take a picture of it. And you're still right here present, isn't it? Very good. Can this, is there any boundary beyond which it does not exist? No, no boundary. Can it itself, this all-inclusiveness, can it become depressed? No. Can it become sick? Angry? No. Beautiful. May I ask you, can it be owned by any person or group or doctrine? No, it doesn't belong to anything. Where did it come from? It's already here. If it did not come, can it go? No. It's amazing. It cannot go. You are discovering this right now. But where has it been all this time? Here. Very good. Does it have an age? Here's an important one. Does it depend on your belief to be? No. Amazing. Did you create it? No, it did not create. Just remain as you are. Can it fade? No. So that if you fell asleep now and you woke up in 3 hours, it would have faded? No, it cannot fade. May I ask you, was it born? This is a question only coming from within your being itself. May I ask you, can it die? You're sure? Let me ask you this. How far away from you is it? A few inches, maybe? A meter? Sorry? No distance? No distance? Not even a millimeter? Amazing, amazing. Let me just try and recap for you. Stay as you are. You're saying this. It is not an object. Is it personal? It is not an object. It is not personal. It has no boundaries beyond which it is not. Is true? It cannot fade. So that if we were to meet again in 3 weeks, it wouldn't be weaker than it is right now. Okay. That it does not depend on your particular belief. It is. You're saying you did not create it. Are you imagining it? No. I said, you are discovering it now, but where has it been all this time? You say it's just always been here. I ask you, can it be angry or depressed? You said no. I ask you very importantly, was it born? And you say no. And after this I ask you, therefore, can it die? And you say no. Is it true? Yes. Then I believe my final question was, how far away is it from where you are? And you say, remind me, no distance. So therefore, would I be right in saying, if it is not an object, it is not personal, it does not suffer from, does it have desires? No. It has no desires. Attachments? No, it has no attachments. It cannot fade. You cannot take a picture of it. It does not depend on personal belief. It was not born. It cannot die. And then I ask you, how much distance between yourself and it? And you say, no distance. If all these things are true, what you have responded, then it must stand to reason your answers are all about you. I'll say again, if these things you have said are true, then your responses are all about you, who you truly are, formless, impersonal, beyond suffering, judgments, fears, attachments, beyond size or shape, beyond boundaries, unborn, imperishable, inseparable. Do you want to change your mind about this? Can this be true? And if it is true, what will be the implication of this discovery today? Because we all have a sense that we are personal, we are so different, we have judgments, likes, dislikes, that we have a date of birth and maybe a date of death also. Can it become disturbed? If these things are true, then who is this other guy? How to reconcile what you are sharing, what you are experiencing, with the sense of the person we believe ourselves to be. Now sometimes people ask, so what? So what to do now? What to do now? And I say, simply give a little attention to this. Marinate in your discovering. How? Well, how do you feel? Is this a disappointing discovery? Because what has happened actually is that sometimes the mind is so strong, it seems, in us, that even some people, they couldn't bear even to listen to these questions. The mind took them out of this place. That there is a force within us that is not in service to this discovery. There is a force in us that will more work to keep you in the old mindset, the old regime of personal identity, where what you have just seen is not a part of your life. And that we will just continue arguing with each other and blame and this and that. But this you have seen. Somewhere within your being, you know this truth. It is your timelessness. There's something timeless inside the time body of a human being. And this is opportunity to discover that. Because if we don't discover, the feeling of our differences will always prevail. You are like that, he's like that, I don't like this, I'm so tired, I'm fed up, please get me out of here, blah, 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 this kind of stuff. Then you ask, someone may ask, but how to remain in that state? Actually, this, what we are speaking about and you're discovering, is not even a state. States come and go also. Everything perceived have beginning and ending. Time says, all that you see, all that you imagine, all that you think or remember belongs to me. I eat all those things. Except awareness itself. Because I am the product of awareness itself. I cannot eat awareness. It is the source of all. It is the supreme self. So if we have taken a short portion of our life to discover even this, is it worth it or not? Yes. I say sometimes, my God, you don't realize what you are discovering. Because this is a fruit that will keep getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, but will never become oversweet. It will never decay. What you have to do, appreciate it. Acknowledge it. Discover it. Enjoy. Be. Be it. How to be it? I don't say become. It is already in you. When all things change, this remain. When all things change, this alone remains.